Hello friends, today we are going to learn gravitation. Gravitation. We know that the moon goes around the earth. An object when thrown upwards reaches a certain height and then falls downwards. It is said that when Newton was sitting under a tree, an apple fell on him. The fall of the apple made Newton start thinking. He thought that if the earth can attract an apple, can it not attract the moon? Is the force the same in both cases? He conjectured that the same type of force is responsible in both the cases. He argued that at each point of its orbit, the moon falls towards the earth instead of going off in a straight line. So it must be attracted by the earth. But we do not really see the moon falling towards the earth. Universal law of gravitation. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The force is along the line joining the centers of two objects. Let two objects A and B of masses m and m lie at a distance d from each other. Let the force of attraction between two objects be F. According to the universal law of gravitation, the force between two objects is directly proportional to the product of their masses, that is Fm into m, and the forces between two objects is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, that is 21FD. Combining we get F2M MD or G2M into MF is equals to D, where G is the constant of proportionality and is called the universal gravitation constant. By multiplying crosswise gives F into D2 is equals to Gm into M. The universal law of gravitation successfully explained several phenomena which were believed to be unconnected. The force that binds us to the earth, the motion of the moon around the earth, the motion of planets around the sun, and the tides due to the moon and the sun. Free fall. We have learned that the earth attracts objects towards it. This is due to the gravitational force. Whenever object falls towards the earth under this force alone, we say that the objects are in free fall. Is there any change in the velocity of falling object? While falling, there is no change in the direction of motion of the falling object. But due to the Earth's attraction, there will be a change in the magnitude of the velocity. Any change in velocity involves acceleration. Whenever an object falls towards the Earth, an acceleration is involved. This acceleration is due to the Earth's gravitational force. Therefore, this acceleration is called the acceleration due to the gravitational force of the earth. It is denoted by g. The unit of g is the same as that of acceleration. That mass. The mass of an object is constant and does not change from place to place. Weight. We know that the earth attracts every object with a certain force, and this force depends on the mass of the object and the acceleration due to the gravity. The weight of an object is the force with which it attracted towards the earth. We know that F is equal to m into A, that is F equal to m into g. The force of attraction of the earth on an object is known as the weight of the object. It is denoted by W. We have W is equal to m into g, as the weight of an object is the force with which it attracted towards the earth. The SI unit of weight is the same as that of the force, that is Newton. The weight is a force acting vertically downwards. It has both magnitude and direction. We have learned that the value of g is constant at a given place. Therefore, at a given place, the weight of an object is directly proportional to the mass, say m, of the object, that is Wm. It is due to this reason that at a given place we can use the weight of an object as a measure of its mass. The mass of an object remains the same everywhere. This is on the earth and on any planet, whereas its weight depends on its location. Weight of an object on the moon. We have learned that the weight of an object on the earth is the force with which the earth attracts the object. In the same way, the weight of an object on the moon is the force with which the moon attracts that object. The mass of the moon is less than that of the earth. Due to this, the moon exerts lesser force of attraction on object. Let the mass of an object be m. Let its weight on the moon be wm. Let the mass of the moon be mm and its radius be rm. By applying the universal law of gravitation, the weight of the object on the moon will be 2g m m m m the m m w r. Let the weight of the same object on the earth be v. The mass of the earth is m and its radius is r. Thrust and pressure. Have you ever wondered why a camel can run in desert easily? Why an army tank weighing more than 1,000 tons rests upon a continuous chain? Why a truck or a motor bus has much wider tires? Why cutting tools have sharp edges? In order to address these questions and understand the phenomena involved, it helps to introduce the concept of the net force in particular direction and the force per unit area acting on the object conquered. Pressure in fluids. All liquids and gases are fluids. A solid exerts pressure on a surface due to its weight. Similarly, fluids have weight and they also exert pressure on the base and walls of the container in which they are enclosed. Pressure exerted in any confined mass of fluid is transmitted undiminished in all directions. Buoyancy. Have you ever had a swim in a pool and felt lighter? Have you ever drawn water from a well and felt that the bucket of water is heavier when it is out of the water? Have you ever wondered when a ship made up of iron and steel does not sink in seawater? But while the same amount of iron and steel in the form of a sheet will sink, these questions can be answered by taking buoyancy consideration, the force due to the gravitational attraction of the earth acts on the bottle in the downwards direction. So the bottle is pulled downwards, but the water exerts an upwards force on the bottle. Thus, the bottle is pulled upwards. We have learned that the weight of an object is the force due to gravitational attraction of the earth. When the bottle is immersed, the upward force exerted by the water on the bottle is greater than its weight. Therefore, it rises up when released. To keep the bottle completely immersed, the upward force on the bottle due to the water must be balanced. This can be achieved by an externally applied force acting downwards. This force must at least be equal to the differences between the upward forces and the weight of the bottle. The upward force exerted by the water on the bottle is known as upthrust or buoyant force. In fact, all objects experience a force of buoyancy when they are immersed in a fluid. The magnitude of this buoyant force depends on the density of the fluid. Archimedes' principle. We know that the elongation produced in the string or the spring balance is due to the weight of the stone. Since the extension decreases on the stone is lower in water, it means that some force acts on the stone in upwards direction. As a result, the net force on the string decreases and hence the elongation also decreases. As discussed earlier, this upwards force exerted by water is known as the force of buoyancy. Archimedes' principle has many applications. It is used in designing ships and submarines. Lactometers, which are used to determine the purity of a sample of milk, and hydrometers used for determining density of liquids are based on this principle. Relative density. As you know, the density of a substance is defined as mass of a unit volume. The unit of density is kilogram per meter cube. The density of a given substance under specified condition remains the same. Therefore, the density of a substance is one of its characteristic property. It is different for different substances. For example, the density of gold is 19,300 kg meter cube, while that of water is 1000 kg meter cube. The density of a given sample of a substance can help us to determine its purity. It is often convenient to express density of a substance in comparison with that of water. The relative density of a substance is the ratio of its density to that of water. Density of a substance relative density is equal to density of water, since the relative density is a ratio of similar quantities. It has no unit.